Countrymen, lend me your eyes. Lend me your ears. Ladies and gentlemen. Beautifully themed intro for today's stream. Today's stream is a game called Hell Clock. My name is Pebble. I am a streamer. And what I do is I stream video games. I take a game, any game you like, and I grind the fuck out of it. I grind it every week until we beat the game. Or there's games like Fortnite. Fortnite's one of those games that you can't really beat, right? You don't beat Fortnite. So that's a game that has so much replay value. But for the most part, most games, they end at some point. And so because of that, my goal is to just keep juggling games, keep them in the air. And this is one such game that we are playing right now. This game will eventually end, but I think we're still at the beginning of it, and we haven't really unlocked a lot of it. So it's very exciting for me to introduce this game once more. Introduce it? Yeah, we're introducing it today. Ladies and gentlemen, Hell Clock. It is also like a Spanish game, it's based on some kind of a Spanish guy. That's why I'm playing the music. I also really like flamenco. I really like this guitar music. It's very good. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. We should also try to figure out where our camera is going to be. I forgot to do that. Do it now. Do it live. And this is also a game that sometimes it takes a little longer to I think the word is upload. Not a problem. Today's stream is not sponsored. And one day we will be sponsored. One day this whole joke of, hey, we're not sponsored by this and we're not sponsored by that. That whole joke is going to be, I'm going to have the last laugh. Because I'm going to have a sponsor someday. Darn it. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a sponsor. We love everybody that we drink here. You know, there's different companies. There's water, there's Red Bulls, there's caffeine drinks, sodas. Today it's just tea. We're having tea. This particular tea that we're having is, I think it's red velvet. Golly. So good. And we're not sponsored today, but Pinky Up is the name of the brand, and I think I know why. I think I know why. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's figure out a couple things before we get grooving here. Sorry I didn't do this earlier. I just want to make sure that my camera is going to be in the right space. It looks like we played this 6 days ago. It looks like our camera was on the far left. And that's where we're going to go with it today. And I think it's going to look... I think it'll sound a little something like this. Okay, here we go. I remember when I was growing up, there was the Johnny Carson show and these shows that they still have today, but they're not as good. Where you would have this cool host, like a Johnny Carson, and then you would have people come in and do impressions. And one of the big things people would do is they'd go, "What if Jack Nicholson and Richard Pryor?" But they would pick ridiculous people. You know, and then they would go what if Elon Musk and whatever had a conversation. I think it would go a little bit like this. Then they would do it. And it was hardly ever really that funny. Honestly, this is like zero. We're on no topic right now, but it is cool to be able to do impressions, and I always do them because I feel like everybody has the desire to do impressions. Just there's very few people that can actually get it right, and it is. I will say this, and like I said, I don't know why we're even bringing this up, but this is what happens when you stream sometimes. It is refreshing when you can hear somebody imitate someone like perfectly. It's kind of cool, but I can't. So let's go. Because we can't do that, let's play video games. That's good. Yeah, we don't have any like talents like imitating and stuff, so let's just do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving this game. I really am. We're getting better at it. It is taking a long time. The one thing I will say, one thing I kind of like about me as a streamer is that we do criticize. There's negativity. There's a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you. This game, my negative thing is, number one, this takes a long time sometimes waiting for the fucking game to, like, load up. It's not always like this, but it's like the beginning, it's almost always like this, which is fucking annoying, right? But one of my biggest criticisms of this game is it takes such a long time, not just for this, but also to build your character. It takes a while. Too long, actually. Like I've been playing this game for, let's see, since we got so much fucking time to sit and wait for this goddamn thing. I've been playing this, okay, so it's not that long. 6 hours. That's really not a long time. That's not that long. But I feel like it's long enough where maybe this game just takes a really long time to build your character, and you have to do, man, like, how many runs? I would love to know, not hours, but I would love to know how many runs we've done. I wonder if that's possible to figure out. And thank Christ, here we are. We're finally playing the fucking game. My thing about, like, I own a PC, and, like, I wish things were quicker. I just do. Like, you know, I wish things were a little quicker. And I kind of like the way we've got it. We've got a nice run, the way we've got it built up. I'm pretty good with it, the way it is. Worn pants is 11 cooldown speed. So, let's see. Tier 2. So we don't need that. The cap, tier 2. We don't need that. 4.5 physical resistance. And the jacket is 892. And we've already got that. So we don't need any of this stuff here. Let's play. Excuse me. I like that, but it uses up so much mana. It does use a lot of mana. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? It does use up a lot of mana, but it's cool as shit to watch a fucking. It really reminds me of like old school like karate kung fu movies. That's where I first learned about that bell thing. There's a movie called, if you never saw this movie, there's a movie called Kung Fu Hustle. It is so good. If you get a chance, I recommend it. Here's my relics. I've got the Banner of Faith, I've got the Molten Relic, and I've got the Tempest. I like this. This run feels good. I like that I'm using the smaller weapons first to start out the game. Uses a lot of mana. Uses a lot of mana. Still trying to figure out how this game works. That's why I keep going back to this map here, just to kind of figure out how this works. Okay.
Sinto que a sorte está do nosso lado.
Excuse me. Take a look here. Blessings we got. Base damage, physical damage, fire damage, lightning damage. Da, 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 da. Okay. Da, 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 damage. There's really nothing that's cooler than loot. Like, loot is such a great video game thing. Mother of Perpetual Help. Blessing of Legacy. Echoes of our history that endure through in eternity. Relics can be equipped at Quixer Amobim. Mother of Perpetual Help. Well, inside, slow times area effect, gain 11. Okay, let's go with that one. Swiftcaster, knife generation, time and throw speed. Frenzied Dance. Increase critical damage by 40%. Let's go with Swiftcaster. Oh, look at that. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Fuck. These are tough, these guys. Tough level. Running out of time here. Oh, you got me. That's a tough one to beat. That's what we're trying to get. I think we've gotten beyond him, though. I think we have. So yeah, we're just basically just unlocking all this stuff. Like I said, this game is a great example of what I think video games do really well right now, and it's something that I think will probably change in the future because we're just getting smarter and we're designing better games. I say we, not me, but whoever does design them. But right now I'm really enjoying this thing of, like, you know, you build, it's a grinding game where you, like, the real grindy games I really like, where you're just building. The only thing that's tough about these games is it takes a really long time to get there. I've seen what it looks like when you really are, like, when you get really far in this game, and it is pretty awesome to watch, but I still haven't, it's frustrating that I can't get there. But I haven't been playing that long. Like, there's other games where, like, I won't mention other games while I'm streaming a game. This game is the only game we're really concerned about, but there's other games that I play, and there's one I'm thinking specifically, but I won't say it, But like, yeah, I've seen people just destroying, killing, doing awesome stuff, and I just am on this lower tier or like middle tier of being good at it. It's frustrating, but you know, the thing is, if so, only one thing I could say that a lot of these bigger streamers have over me, besides the fact like maybe they're just more entertaining, but like, I think, you know, we're all pretty equal. I think we're all doing, you know, we're all different. We're all different styles. But the streamers that do it full time and put in hours and hours and hours, like 8 hours a stream, as much as those streamers annoy me, because they don't annoy me, it's just like, to me, it's too long. But a lot of those guys do advance quicker than a streamer like me. I will give them props for that. Because the thing is, like, if you play a game for like 8 hours, you're gonna get good at it. Like, just put in 8 hours, even if you suck for the first 4. Even if you're sleepwalking and you're just like, that's my only problem with long streams, is that it's very easy to start just sleepwalking because you don't even, sometimes you don't even realize it. But if you go like, I'm going to put in a solid 2 hour stream, like hour to 2 hour, like to me, hour to 2 hour, that's the sweet spot. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, let's get back into the game here. Sorry. We got in our soapbox for a minute there. Let's see. The reason I bought those is because it was making a big deal about it. It was saying like, exclamation mark, and I was like, well, if it says exclamation point, then I should probably.
Esse sino está gravado à nossa memória, compadre. Eu vou.
We got a bunch of stuff here. It's a grand relic of mobility. Alright, let's use some other stuff here. Double knives I like, but we don't need 2 double knives, so let's get rid of one of these double knife things. And then we'll pick up this Mother of Perpetual Help, pick up this one, and then we'll go... Let's see here. I want to change things up because there's so much you can do. There's so many different things you can do. Why would you want to get stuck with something? So the Grand Relic of Mobility, let's get rid of all these and we'll try to do a whole different thing here. Let's see here. God, there's so much stuff you can do here. Yeah, let's use a lot of these little ones. Yeah. This is cool, let's see. I like the creepy music too. That's good. That one, and then we'll go Relic of Aptitude. I know we're taking a long time here, but I don't care. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. We deserve this. We deserve the time. This is the only way, too, to really learn that shit. Oh, I like this silver bullet thing. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what? Let's get rid of this, get rid of this, and let's do the silver bullet thing. That's interesting. Let's go. I was also thinking, like, I love the things we have for the most part, but the knife is not my favorite. The knife reflex thing is not my favorite thing. But it is what it is. I think it's necessary, but I hardly really use it. I'd love to, there's the knife thing. It's just like, it's okay. It's a good looking game though. Again, we've been the games I've played lately are just all beautiful games. That's what we want. Ooh, multiple shot. That's nice. That's a really good weapon. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to change this knife thing. I'm not really feeling the knife thing. But I don't know what else. I mean, we need something that's gonna really be effective. It's okay. Save the soul of Antonio Canciero. So we're still trying to beat Act 1. And I noticed that whenever I activate these towers, I get a little faster, so maybe that's what those towers are. Four minutes and 27 seconds. Alright, let's take a look at our blessings here. We got the critical chance, bleed chance, physical damage. Proficiency. Wow, look how fast. So fast. So fast. That's good, we're getting better, that's the important thing. Double knives adds 20% base chance to apply bleed on critical hit. Double knives doesn't slow you down. Oh, I like that. Hitting enemies with Shadow Dash increases all damage. I like the knives not slowing you down. I think that's an important thing. And amplified reverberation sounds good here. Retaliating Small Relic of Devotion. When you evade an attack, gain a stack of Counter Strike for 6 seconds. Gain 7.75 damage to marksman skill for each. Evade an attack. Split Shots pierces all enemies, but deals 38 less damage for each enemy. Damage for blighted enemies, double the bonus against withered enemies? I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Irá me ajudar a acabar com os inimigos do Monte Santo.
Ah, let me get the fuck out of here! Oh, I felt trapped there. So cool is just keep moving, you know? Because sometimes I feel like I have to fight every single creature. It's like, I don't think you really have to in this thing. What the fuck? Oh, those spinning things? Okay. God damn, it's hard. That guy's hard to beat, man. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with that guy. I don't know what's the... What are his weaknesses? We gotta figure out. Alright. Alrighty.
Senhora, também viu nosso bom conselheiro?
Ah, claro. Perdoa essa velha voada. Nessa hora, ele deve estar rezando uma missa.
Uma missa? Uma missa?
Tanto esforço para massacrar pessoas famintas.
So I don't know, do I just buy this stuff? I mean, it's not like it seems like, it doesn't seem like it's increasing anything for me. That's why I don't want to waste money on it. But it is exclamation point, so why don't we just buy all this shit? I guess. Vigor, agility, spirit. Am I supposed to be... Oops. So yeah, I was thinking like, let's get rid of the knives. And then instead of knives, you've got this is really helpful. I like this, pretty cool. But this is a huge deal, and so is this. What about something else? What is this one? Isn't there like a slow time thing? Yeah, slow time. I don't really care about that one. The shadow dash is supposed to be pretty cool. Very quickly dash. Damaging enemies in your path. I'm not mad at that. Let's see if we could pick that one back up. Yeah, that'll be that. And then let's continue. That's what that looks like right there. That's an interesting little weapon for us. It's better than the knives. I hardly use the knives, and I feel like this is probably a better tweak. So let's tweak it. You want to be a tweaker? Let's be a tweaker. It's the only kind of tweaking I'll do is this. Let's see. Wait, how do we get rid of... Hold on. Hold on. The map. Why is the map all of a sudden in the middle of the floor? Hold on. I forget. Wait, I remember there was a way to get rid of that. I've got to fucking figure that out. Because that's going to annoy me. In the game Hell Clock, there appears to be a map in the middle of the game. Can I get rid of that so that I don't see that little map? It says... Let's try this again. In the game Hell Clock, there's a little tiny map in the middle where you're supposed to be walking. How do I get rid of that? I'm gonna kill myself, and I want to see if we can do this again and not see that. I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see that little map in the middle of the fucking floor. Hopefully we can get rid of that shit right now. I hate that shit. I don't like it. I didn't like it when I first played this game. I was like, how do we get rid of this? And I thought we figured it out, and now it looks like it's back, so hopefully... God, that was annoying. There it is! I don't want to see that. Is that because of this new power that we have? Hold on. Alright, we've got 2 points here. Let's get this one. This one. Yeah, I don't want to see this. Why is this happening? I thought we fixed this. Is it because of this? I just want to see something real quick. I'll go back to that, but I just want to see something. Actually, what's this? Closed body. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This on. We got to get rid of this, man. I'm sorry. Until we get rid of this, I'm not going to be happy. It's bothered me so much. It kind of reminds me of like when you do a here, this is what we want. It kind of reminds me of when you do when you're doing like a Microsoft upgrade and Microsoft Windows is like, hey, you've got an update, a Windows update. You do the Windows update and all of a sudden you can't hear your you can't hear your headphones. It doesn't work on OBS. And then you're just like, oh no, this is kind of that kind of feeling. Hold on, we're going to troubleshoot this shit. I'm so fucking annoyed by this right now. Okay, hold on. Gameplay. All game mana, mini map background capacity, mini map overlay spoke capacity, mini map fill capacity. Hold on. I don't want the mini map, right? We don't. I want the map to be on the right hand corner. Okay. I know what to ask, I think. Hold on. In the game Hell Clock, I want the map to be in the right hand corner and not in the middle of the game or the screen. How do I do that? Once the map to be the bottom right, you need to adjust the HUD in the game settings. Settings. We need to get to settings here. Okay. Settings, select interface. HUD. Gameplay HUD. Oh, there's numbers, okay. Health bar, damage numbers, cooldown. Yeah, we don't want the mini-map, right? It's still there, the fucking shit. God damn it, when did this fucking happen? How the fuck does this happen? I don't mind people seeing this side of me because, look, guys, when you're playing these games, you want it to be a certain way. And when it's not, fix it. Figure it out and fix it. We literally just spent this game playing without this bullshit happening, and all of a sudden it's happening. And I will prove it to you. So here's me playing the game. Let's see. Pebble. What a great name that is. Pebble's a great name. So here we go. We're playing part 2. Notice that the map is on the right hand side. But all of a sudden now the map is in the middle of the floor. And it was not like that. And I fucking don't know how to fix it. And I honestly, guys, can't play this game until I fix that. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Hold on. No, hold on. There it is. Thank you, fucking God. Did I fucking tell you guys? Jesus Christ almighty. That shit pisses me off so bad, but I'm glad we figured it out. But that does piss me the fuck off, man. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Like, how does that just happen? Oh, this shit pissed me off so bad. I'm good now, I'm good now. Hey, that is a pretty cool power. Here, let's try it again. Oh, that was pissing me off so bad. It's funny how something little like that can ruin. I mean, that's not little, dude. That's like sitting right in the middle. That can ruin your entire playing experience. Imagine if they like didn't give you the option and you had to do that. I would just live with it. I'd be fine with it. But man, it is clear. It is very fucking irritating. Now it's perfect. The map up there now is perfect. Ah, damn, dude. That was really pissing me off. Woo. All right, where are we at? Okay. Excuse me.
Ascendência divina.
Love that power so much. It's definitely the best one for sure. The knives, the double-bladed knives, wow. It's so cool. It looks cool, it feels cool. It gets the job done. Yeah. This game does have great sounds, though. It sounds good when you kill stuff. Like, it's a really, exceptional game, I think. I do think this is a great game. I feel like I feel like every game we play is, like, legit a good game. Ooh. Our blessings. Okay, cool. Here's the boss. Should be able to beat this guy pretty soundly. Ooh, that felt good beating him with the bell. Killing him with the bell is pretty fucking cool. The unshakable faith. The old bell's damage is increased by 40% of maximum mana. 0.75% of double knives damage is converted to life. Ooh, that's good. Let's do that. Shadow Dash hits bleeding enemies, deal 99% of all pending bleed damage season applied immediately. No, we're doing Banner of Faith. Echo of Spiritual Might, mana to damage conversion. Increase critical damage by 20. Skill speed. Alright, this is going to be our last run here of the stream. This is a level I have trouble beating. It is noticeably harder. It is noticeably harder. Oh, excuse me. This is hard. This is a really hard level, actually. And their accuracy is good too. Like they're, the enemies are much stronger on this level. Much stronger. What? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Nice stream. Good job, Van Pebble. Fun game. We are getting better at the game noticeably. And that point of the game is where we keep getting to, we keep dying there. The answer to that is we just keep playing offline. You know, I've had some really good nights where we just throw in a couple hours and just rock it, grind it. And so that's what we'll have to do. We'll have to just keep grinding this game so that eventually we're a little bit further than we are now. Yeah. I mean, look at all this shit, man. Are you fucking serious? Look at all this shit. Look at how much shit we have to do. We are just not there. See what I'm saying? We're not there. We're just all the way up here. Look, it took me a long time to get where I am now. So, yeah, this is just a game that's going to take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And luckily for us, we are getting better. I am noticing it. And increase the hell clock timer by 120 seconds. That's a good thing. That's a big deal. Let's take a look at this here. What else we got? The red portal. 15% chance to spawn on known floors. It allows you to skip previously explored area and provides a boon enhancing XP and gold coins. Starts the dungeon with 500 gold. Bonus trinket drop. I mean, it's an incredible game. I mean, I really do want to say this game is great. I do love it, and that's why we're still playing it. Otherwise, we would just have given up by now. It's just when I look at this game's potential, I want to untap it, and when it takes me a really long time to untap the potential of a game, that's where I get a little bit like shitty. But hey, there's a lot of potential here to untap. So my goal is, I guess I just need to put more time into it, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the stream. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yes. There it is, folks. Another great stream. Van Pebble is being smart today. Van Pebble is being smart today. We started the day early. We got a lot of sleep the last couple of days. Monday, Tuesday. And we streamed late, but then coming Wednesday, we're starting to like feel a little bit more energy, and we're streaming in the daytime. It's 10:33 in the morning. By the time we finish streaming today, it'll probably be like noon. And that's kind of what I like to do, is I want to have a full day today. I really enjoyed today. So maybe what I'm thinking we'll do is maybe get one more stream in. Here's what I'd like to do right now, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to do an advertisement. I do it at the end of every stream, and we'll do it. We're getting better at it, so we'll do it quickly here for you. My Twitter is Van Pebble, and we're fun, we're loose, we're cool, but we're not cruel. We're cool, not cruel, and that's the Twitter. And please follow us on there. You can donate money to Van Pebble. by donating money to Thomas Paulvino at Thomas Paulvino. No spaces in there, just Thomas Paulvino, small letters. That's my PayPal account. And basically, people have wondered, how can we contribute? How can we support? I mean, the biggest thing you can do is just watch me play, right? And enjoy it and have a good life, and hopefully this will make you feel like good and not bad. You know, that's the goal, is make people feel good. Like sometimes when I do get a little pissed off, I'm not doing it so that I can make you feel pissed. I'm doing it because I want to be better. I want to be a better player, but I have to remember not to be too much of a bitter pill. And that's our whole point, is we're trying to be like sort of an inspiration. So yeah, if you wanna donate money to Van Pebble, because hey, I am inspired by you, Van Pebble, or is it Thomas Paulvino? Well, it's both actually. My name is Thomas Paulvino, but my streamer name is Van Pebble. So at Thomas Paulvino, there you go. And lastly, folks, Van Pebble has a YouTube page. We just put up 2 streams. I will say this, it's been fun. It's really fun having a YouTube page, and it's really fun having a Twitch page. So guys, both of these are relevant. Like, I think YouTube is great, and I think Twitch is great. They're both different. I don't really stream on YouTube. I really use the platform Twitch to stream, but I could stream on YouTube too. But guys, follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We put up at least 10 videos a week. That's not a joke. That's true. And yeah, YouTube, Van Pebble, Twitter, X, Van Pebble. Donate to Van Pebble by donating at Thomas Paulvino on PayPal. Van Pebble YouTube and Van Pebble Twitch. Whew. All right, that's the end of the stream. Let's play a little bit more music and let's get the fuck out of here. It's free music anyway. We're not paying for this. That tea was good. I think I might have some more tea. We're in great shape today. We've already streamed a couple streams. I think what we might do is try to get one more goodie in today. I think the goal was to get some Zelda going. And we could either do Zelda today or we could do Zelda tomorrow. Tomorrow the goal is Max Payne 3. This is for tomorrow. Tomorrow the goal is Max Payne 3 and Zelda, maybe. And maybe that'll be the 1-2 punch. And maybe we'll just call it a day. We could call it a day. So if we do play a game today, it's going to be something that I just feel like fucking playing. There's a good chance that we might just throw on some HD poker, get a little competitive with the poker. That's why people wonder why I like the HD poker. I like it because it's more competitive against other people. Like every other stream I do, I'm competing against myself basically. But with something like HD poker, I'm actually competing against other people. And same thing with Fortnite. That's the thing I like about Fortnite. We're working on Fortnite right now. We're working on trying to get the sound of Fortnite. See, I have to tell you, since we're done streaming, for the day, we could just kind of sit back and talk about bullshit. So I have a Switch 2. That's how I am able to play Fortnite. I can play Fortnite on my PC, but it doesn't work very well. I get a lot of crashes. I have a lot of problems on the PC with Fortnite. The minute that I got the Switch 2, the first thing I thought was, holy shit, I can play Fortnite now. And we've had no problems at all with the Fortnite. It's been really easy, really fun. The only thing that I'm missing is I can't talk to people without figuring out some kind of a volume thing. I've got to figure out, I think I figured it out because I have something here called audio line. Basically what the deal is, if I want to hear people talking to me while I'm playing, like if I'm playing duos or something, I have to plug into the Switch 2 to hear it. Now the problem with that is if I want to stream and I'm plugged into the Switch 2, you won't be able to hear me. I've got to figure that out. I think that's easy to figure out, and most streamers, if they saw this, they'd be like, dude. But I'm not you. I like a lot of these people are a lot smarter than I am when it comes to this kind of stuff, techie stuff, and I will figure it out. I figured out how to stream. I'll figure it out. I figured out Studio. I figured out how to use. We used to use Twitch Studio, and then they like canceled. They like stopped using that platform. So they're like, you're gonna have to use OBS. And I was like, it was a nightmare at first trying to get OBS, trying to figure it out. I'm not a computer. I play the computer. I love the computer, but I'm not really like a programmer guy. So for me to figure that stuff out, it takes like a lot. Not gonna lie to you, but we will figure it out. And when we do, that's gonna be really fun. I can't wait actually to be doing Fortnite, talking to people. I think that's gonna be very entertaining. And I think I will say this. I think a lot of streamers. I do talk about a lot of other streamers, but that's. I enjoy doing it, okay? I'm a streamer, I'm allowed to. And I think what a lot of streamers rely on is other streamers. A lot of streamers realize they could cut back on their energy levels, right? Much like a video game. How can I spend less energy and get more done? Oh, I know. I'll have other people on my stream. Then I can talk to them and they can take up that energy. And then I can breathe, you know? What we decided to do, Van Pebble, is we don't go that way. My whole reason for loving this goes back to the days of radio. I enjoyed listening to a guy talk, or a girl, woman, man, talk on the radio, and I want to hear from that person that I'd like to hear that. So when I started streaming, it was easy. I watched everybody else and I went, oh, they're doing a thing where they have guests, or they have people, or they talk to people on the microphone, and that's taking a lot of the work away from them. That's not going to be me. I'm going to talk while we play. But it would be bonus if I could also, on top of being like the guy that talks while he plays and lets you know what he's thinking and feeling. And I think that's good, and I like our method, and I'm not going to stop doing that. But I would like to get into a little bit more of like talking to other people. Sometimes I'll talk to the AI Copilot, which is the Microsoft AI. And I think that's fun to do every now and then. The same thing, I like to talk to people every now and then. It would be fun to get on Fortnite. Hey, how you doing? You want to play? Okay, where are you going? Where is this? And just have like a little communication, and then obviously take a break from that, go back to doing the Van Pebble style. That would be fun. We have to figure that out. It's going to take us a minute. We'll get there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just talking out loud at this point. Have a great day. There's a good chance you'll see me again today, but if you don't, I've already filled my quota. I have. So technically I'm good to go, but we could go the extra mile. There's a chance we could do something else today, but we don't have to. So if you don't see us again today, you'll see us tomorrow. Have a good one. Van Pebble out of here. See you later. Have a good day. Stay cool. See you.